What's going on, Saberland? It's Nate with Wild Space Outposts. I just want to make a little video, show off a couple things that are done off the end of the bench. Hopefully bring a little light and levity to all the fun times we've been having around the old social medias lately. So this one should be all fun. It's fun. I have a fun saber to show, and I have a pretty saber to show, and neither of which are here to talk shit about anybody. So let's just have fun. So the first off is super fun for me. I am I don't want to say blessed, but I'm fortunate to be chosen often for kind of out-of-the-box projects, which is exactly why I got in the game to begin with, was to make stuff that nobody is doing or nobody has attempted, or at least attempted stuff in a different way, make it unique. I feel like that is kind of like the essence of a lightsaber, is it's your weapon, it's unique to you. And sometimes that means making a super complex, unique hilt, and sometimes that means getting to do super fun projects that, you know, aren't that technical, aren't that, you know, advanced as far as machining skill or anything like that, but are just fun. And thanks, Eric Wimbless, for giving me the opportunity to do just that. I know it's been done a couple times. I've never seen one in person, and I feel like I did a vast amount of research. Clearly, I'm a big Kevin Smith fan. I may or may not share some things in common with him that make this a super fun project for me. But anyway, this is as close as I could get while still trying to make it better in some ways. I guarantee you this thing is more solid than either of the props they used in the movie. They used two separate props. They used one for the scene where it's hanging on the wall, on the cage, and then they used one for the kind of like the DV6 for the one that flies across the room and lands in Kevin's hand. So the one you actually see him holding is a different one than the one that's on the wall. I personally like the one that was on the wall better. It's kind of a taller, slimmer, sleeker design. The other one kind of has like a wider base. It literally looks like you took a 2-inch pipe and stuck a 1.5-inch pipe in it and called it a bong saber, and there you go. But so this is all 1.5-inch Schedule 80 structural PVC pipe. With two separate aluminum cores. There's an aluminum blade holder and LED holder, and then there's an aluminum core that holds the Delrin chassis in the bottom that supports the Nano Biscotti version 4. It's got a TCS 18650 battery in it, 35mm speaker. The base is made from a stainless steel drain flange and another Schedule 40 PVC fitting. The grips are hand sculpted and from 2-part marine epoxy putty, so they are rock hard. Everything about it is rock hard. It's trickier than you would think. It was trickier than I thought, honestly. I made this is probably the 4th one, I think, before I got the angle right, and it's really hard to, you know, cut it and get it to sit straight, and there's a lot more that goes into it than I thought there would be. I thought it would be fairly easy, and that it would be a walk in the park project, but to make it as right as I could get it, it took a little bit more work. But anyway, so thank you, Shamim, for the. Actually, I don't know if it was his font or not. Anyway, whoever made the Jay and Silent Bob font, thanks. I thought I used she means boot packages, but maybe not. I think I just used all the boots that came with the font. Anyway, fitting that I forget this while I'm demonstrating a bong saber. But, so yeah, here we go. It only functions as a saber as requested by the client. It does have 3 different fonts. The first one is the Bong Saber specific font, and then the other ones I just put the Jay and Silent Bob boot sounds on the stock vector fonts.
You and your sidekick are finally in the grasp of
Nice and loud, bassy with that 35mm speaker. It does have a quad Cree LED in it with the blue and green wired in parallel, and then the white for flash on clash. I am wrapping up a little fun kind of custom blade for it. By no means ripper blade quality, but it's a neat little, add-on for it. I'm experimenting with a couple different ideas when I figure out which one I'm actually going with, and then I'll put that out there too. But anyway, this was really fun. Thanks, Eric, a lot, and for letting me do that for you. Then I look forward to doing many more of our fun projects. So, moving on, we have the Pretty Saber. This one is one of my longer running commissions. Sorry about that, Caesar. Sorry to everybody else that's waiting on a longer one. Hopefully they'll be as worth it as I feel this one is in the end. I'm super happy with how it came out. This was inspired by a saber I built for my best saber friend, Jason Ranyard. I believe it's I think it's under Drek Blau on my page, but he has renamed it Lok since then, LOC. But some of you might recognize some similarities to it. But this one we went with a triple layered design, copper shrouds, aluminum, the black, and then it's got a brass crystal chamber inside. This one does have Profi with the Ultra OS V2 operating system. It does have some fonts that I've reworked myself off of other fonts, and then a bunch of smoothing fonts as well. So anyway, this sucker is loud. That is a 22mm speaker, folks. Lost my plate plug. Anyway, let's show off a little bit here of this beautiful crystal chamber. Super clean. Not a lot of extra tubing or anything like that, just a real clean brass crystal chamber. It has the sliding shroud feature, the same that I came up with for the LOC saber for Jason. Way different chamber on this one. His was very busy, lots of blinkies, and the recharge port was in there as well. Whereas this one is just nice and clean. Trying to get it to focus. All right. It has no visible wires. Literally the only visible wires in the whole thing would be for the speaker. The speaker is it has a pocket in the pommel that it lives in, so when you remove the pommel to recharge, or if you're ever to reprogram the Profi board, those two speaker wires are literally the only ones you'll ever see. So we do have, like I said, I lost my blade plug here, but I get some cool shine through. That has the brass screen underlaid under the copper shroud there. Really happy with this. This is probably, like I said to Caesar, the client, this is one of the most realistic feeling lightsabers. I mean, I think it looks pretty realistic too, but that's in the eye of the beholder. But as far as feeling it, the size, I mean, it's a proper weapon size. It has good weight balance. With the bigger pommel, even with the NeoPixel blade, it's weighted really well. With that brass chamber, it gives it some nice heft, so it feels real. The functionality of it, the buttons just make sense where they live. They have just nice little machine switch hats there. Have an aluminum one for the off switch and brass for the power. Every font has a music track, its own unique blade style and color. And I believe there's 15 or so fonts on there. So, as I said, really, really pleased with how this one came out. Can't wait to get it off to him. So yeah, that's about it, guys. Thanks very much. I hope everybody has a better week than it started out being. In all seriousness, this is supposed to be fun. These are fun things that we're building. Some people take them way too seriously, in all honesty. It's a noisy flashlight. Some of them are really cool, and they do take a lot of hard work to make. So, you know, if it's not for you, let it be not for you and move along. But for those of us that do enjoy it thoroughly, I'm going to keep having fun. I've kind of taken a step back from a lot of the social media stuff. I browse around to try to look for cool stuff. That's the whole reason why I'm in here, is to see cool stuff, to get inspired, and to make cool stuff and show you guys cool stuff. So that's just kind of going to be my mantra going forward. I'm not dipping my toe in any of the drama. It started to sour me on a lot of stuff, and I want to enjoy it. The whole reason why I started a lightsaber company is to have fun at my job, and dealing with all of the drama is not fun. So you won't be around there. You won't be seeing my face in any of those posts. Yeah, let's just all be nice and kumbaya and leave the cis shit at home, and just. It's lightsabers, folks. Let's have fun. Peace out. Love you.